board, is it? But I do want to give a shout out actually to Alex Bonham, member Bonham. She is very highly regarded by me and one of the City Vision team. She puts the work in, she's intelligent. I think she could get more strength, more confidence in terms of challenging her colleagues, so she sits more authentically with what she truly believes. But she's an outstanding local board member.
And to be fair, there are some wonderful local board members that I've spoken to from various areas around, and also equally there's some where I've scratched my head and gone, how on earth did you get in this position? Why are you there? What hidden agendas are you trying to achieve? And I saw a lot of that, to be fair, during the 2019 campaigning session. A lot of, well, speak with forked tongue. I mean, that annoys the heck out of me. But you could tell sometimes the people who were there not for what I considered to be the right reasons. They were there for agendas. They didn't really speak of them openly, but you knew them once you started.
When the board is stacked against me in the way that it is. So I think what needs to happen is the Auditor General needs to come involved in the Western Springs Forest issue, because it's a very good example of what's going on right across Auckland, and I suspect right across local government, right across the country. So I know that there are times when I feel quite beaten down by that issue, and I know there are times when the community feel beaten down. Deborah Manning, the immigration lawyer, she's a resident of Westview Road, which overlooks the forest, and she's the residents' representative. She said to me, you know what, I find it easier getting information out of the Secret Service than I do out of council. And she is not one for exaggeration. She's the consummate professional, and I thought that pretty much sums it up. So there are waves that, you know, people have energy to pursue of 200 pages to a convener who has convened a panel of 3, I suspect, very well-paid panelists who will assess whether I've been naughty or not. And I sort of, on one hand, I think I do want it to go to mediation because I don't want to waste ratepayers' money. On the other hand, it's full of so many inaccuracies. I'm very keen for it to go to a full investigation so I can actually demonstrate what's rotten. Yes. Anyway, here we go. Specific examples of Member Trotman's conduct. So this is the first one. Attached are copies of documents and email correspondence with Extracts of these emails are also reproduced below. For example, at the meeting of the Waitemata Local Board of the 3rd of November, Member Trotman insisted, which by the way I didn't, that the following text from her speech be included in the minutes of the meeting, which of course I was delighted that they were. And I said, wait for this disrespectful behaviour. In my 30 years of professional life, I've never seen such a flawed process as the debacle that's unfolded during the Western Springs Forest debate. It is not okay to answer constituents' questions by sending him 400 pages of PDF information and expecting him to find the 3 lines of information that he needs. It's not okay to roll out the red carpet for some of our constituents and to make it incredibly difficult for others who have put a huge amount of time into this issue to engage with us. It's not okay for Auckland Council's Integrity Unit to hold the dual role of integrity and program manager. Huge conflict. Dealing with misinformation, short time frames in which the community have had to digest significant amounts of information, a lack of process, inadequate community engagement, and concerns that not all local board members have taken an interest in this issue has caused the community a great deal of distress. And anyway, it goes on and with lots of examples like that. I've just got to read you one of my favourite ones. On the 18th of May, I sent an email to somebody and the chair of the Waitemata Local Board, copied to other local board members, good heavens, and it said, it would be helpful if you would ensure the board gets accurate information. I've requested this many times. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
And that's what they considered to be a code of conduct.
very much around that engaging with the community. I mean, the community aren't just angry with the local board, they're angry with Councillor Coombe. They're angry with her pushing through the Erebus, or trying to push through the Erebus Memorial vote, trying to push through the Western Springs Forest. You know, those are two big issues that have torn our community apart.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why it's so hard to engage with our community. I don't understand why it's so hard to actually do some research and understand where the community's coming from. We had this chap who owns the pools, the Olympic pools, come to us to talk about the importance of getting his lease signed with council. And I know he won't mind me mentioning it because he came to the public forum and mentioned it directly. But our attitude was, well, you've still got 2 years to go on your lease. Plenty of leases, you know, are left till the last minute. Well, that's fine if you're running an office, but it's not fine if you're running a pool. You can't just go down the road and sign another lease for another Olympic-sized pool. So there's this real lack of understanding about business and the importance of economic development in the city as well. So, you know, innovating streets, climate change, pretty resilient woman. So for me, it's about holding this board to account for appropriate process, quality governance, and, as I say, authentic engagement. I've had one of our largest key stakeholders in the Waitemata local board, I won't mention what entity they are, say we don't bother coming to the local board. It's just a waste of time. You say thank you for your views and you nod, and then you thank us for our presentation. You don't even document it in the minutes properly, and then you send us on our way. And we've spent, you know, tens of hours preparing to come to present in front of you, and you actually just don't engage authentically with us. And you will have noticed.
Yeah, I noticed that during the meeting I attended last week that I was hearing
than dangerous trees, and there's real debate about whether the trees were dangerous or not. And so I think about 12 trees should have been felled, not 200. And that would have protected a lot of that understory. And also with the Erebus Memorial. So the vote went against me on both of those cases. So I want to put that on the table immediately. But I'm a professional governor, as you would hope all of your local board members would be right across Auckland. So this isn't about me throwing my toys out of the cot because the vote didn't go my way. This is about fair process, respect of communities, authentic engagement, and timely information that is full information for communities to digest. So that's how I managed to get myself arrested, actually. And I must confess, I have another job that I do 20 hours a week. And I said to my chair, I think I've got one more arrest in me. And she said, no, I don't think you have, Sarah. So you won't be. But I can tell you, it was so much easier getting thrown in a paddy wagon and taken to Mount Eden prison for processing than it was fronting up to our Waitemata local board meetings. Than it is. So that speaks